That experience is surreal. Like even today, if I talk about it with someone else, I still get like goosebumps from that experience because I mean, in a person's lifetime to be able to play a World Cup is just, I guess, the pinnacle.
So how do you start your cricket career?
So for me, like probably everyone else, it's I started by playing with my friends in like the parking lot. So yeah, I just started just enjoying the game from there. And my main interest as to why I started the game was in the 2007 T20 World Cup, India against Pakistan, that final. I mean, that final was like something that just opened my eyes, I guess, and I've just started loving the game from there. And then I sort of developed that passion for the game, and I've just enjoyed the game ever since. And I've been playing since I was like 9, and then I moved to the academy and then started training, started playing proper hardball cricket when I was 11, and then from there, basically, the journey just went on. Yeah.
Hmm. And the journey led to you playing the Under-19 World Cup. So how was that entire experience?
That experience is surreal. Like even today, if I talk about it with someone else, I still get like goosebumps from that experience because I mean, in a person's lifetime to be able to play a World Cup is just, I guess, the pinnacle of your game, of being able to, of what you're able to achieve. So to be able to play with a number of the boys and represent the country is just an absolute honor. And yeah, I'm fortunate to be able to play a World Cup and to learn so many things from there, and also to be able to do well, which is pretty
Hmm.
good as well individually.
Hmm. You scored a century in that tournament, and how was that? Like, how was that reaction after the century? How was the feeling?
Yeah, that was also, that was the first group game of the tournament for us against Canada, so it was important we started well. So yeah, I mean, we were chasing around 230 odd, and it was important we strong partnerships together. And yeah, me and Aryan like had like what 140, 150 run partnership that was massive, and just basically finished the game off. And yet to score a
Hmm.
century, yeah, I mean, in the moment, I just there's a lot of feelings, a lot of emotions going on in your head. You don't quite understand what you've done until like a few days later, till it's actually sinks in. So yeah, that day was just crazy. I kept getting a lot of messages back home from everywhere, like congratulations. And then I kind of slowly started to understand what I've done. I've just scored the first 100 of the tournament. I'm like, okay, wow. Yeah,
Yeah,
to this day, I mean, I'll always remember this knock. I mean, it's 100 in a World Cup. Any cricketer would take that.
yeah. How did it motivate the rest of the team? You started off with a bang, started off scoring 100. How did it motivate the rest of the team?
Yeah, we were really motivated because, as I said, it was important we started well, and to start off with a win, that's the perfect way to start off the tournament. I mean,
Hmm.
unfortunately, yeah, we didn't really capitalize on it later on, but I mean, we learned a lot from the tournament. I'm sure as cricketers, we've learned so many lessons that we've taken back home. We try to learn from it and improve and get better as a cricketer. So that's the important thing.
Hmm. How was the journey from switching from like UAE cricket to UK cricket?
Yeah, so that was that's an interesting journey when I think about it, because I think I moved when I was 16, so I was already like moving. I had like 2 years left on my of my schooling, so I did those 2 years in UK. It was interesting to switch because it's a different culture, different sort of atmosphere. Everything's really different. So it's like, I would say, polar opposites to UAE. I mean, the weather is like one of the biggest aspects, because here it's quite hot, there it's quite nice and pleasant. But I think even the cricket, if you think about it, it's completely different. It's the wickets are different. It's not as flat as you think it is. It's more challenging to face as a batsman. So yeah, those are good challenges to have, and they help you grow your game. Yeah. So
Hmm.
I mean, those 2 3 years that I've spent in the UK playing, I've learned a lot as a batsman and grown even more and added more to my game, which is fantastic. And hopefully I continue to grow the more I play over there, because I think there's a lot of challenge really, and good quality bowlers
Hmm.
on difficult tracks. So I think that really helps you, and get helps you to get better as well.
Hmm. What sort of technical stuff did you do to switch from very flat wicket in Abu Dhabi and Dubai to very pacey, swingy wicket in UK?
So to be honest, the first season I had with my school, Winchester College, I actually struggled early on in the first 5 6 games, and for me, that sort of technical, trying to get used to it, because in UAE we can play with our hands and we can play more at the ball, and it's fine because it's quite mostly flat. So but in UK, if you start play away from your body, you start getting beaten, you start nicking balls, you start getting bowled through your gates and stuff. So it's important to try and play within your body. And also for me, because I mean, I came there, I needed to score a lot of runs. I obviously put pressure on myself to score runs and do well each game, and it was quite frustrating early on. But then I tried to, like, in the nets also, I tried working extra hard, trying to hit more balls. And my coach told me to try and relax a bit more. And if I can split my first season into half, my first half I was probably averaging like 20 to 30. My second half I was averaging like 80 to 90. So it was a ridiculous
Mm-hmm.
change in, like, I guess, fortunes, you could say. But what I made the minor switch is, I started in second season I played. I thought, instead of like batting from the crease, I might think of taking like bat way outside, like probably a foot outside the crease. So because I thought it'll be able to negate the movement much better, and like it worked so well, like it just felt so easy, and I was just batting. And my second season I scored runs like basically for fun, and I went on to break the school record
Mm-hmm.
also for the most runs as well. So that's a nice thing to have as well. But
Mm-hmm.
yeah, I mean, these small changes, you don't realize how important, how beneficial they are if they work. And also, like, if you watch Kohli when he batted in 2014 in England to 2018, the sort of minor change he made by trying to bat outside his crease. So I mean, I
Mm-hmm.
just probably drew some inspiration from that as well, I guess. But yeah, I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's about adjusting. As a cricketer, you need to adjust to different conditions, different wickets. It's all about how quickly you adjust. The best players do it quicker than others, so that's why
Mm-hmm.
they're at the top, right? So it's about trying
Mm-hmm.
to know your game well, knowing what you have to do to try and work. So it's about always thinking about the game. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. So you were playing cricket at a high level while studying at the same time. How hard was it? Like I'm doing it myself currently, and I find it the hardest thing ever to do. How hard was it for you to manage both of them?
Yeah, it's probably one of the most difficult things to be able to, like, manage my cricket and my studies, because yeah, but the thing is, I've always done it from like a young age. Like whenever grade 9, 10, 11, I used to play a lot of cricket. That for me, I had that sort of work ethic in me and that drive to like work hard, because what I used as a motivating factor is my cricket. Like I need to excel in my cricket, so I need to make sure my studies don't go down, because I
Mm-hmm.
mean, it's important that I work hard, and sort of like, yes, it's going to be difficult because there are nights where you have to like push yourself, work hard, sit down and spend extra time compared to others. But yeah, it'll be rewarding in the end. But because the funny thing is, like, people don't really see all of that. All they see is the results on the thing. They don't see what you're doing behind it. So it's difficult even now today. Like even today with regards to, because I'm doing a mathematics degree right now, and yeah, it's quite difficult honestly. But to be able to manage that with cricket, it's going all right. It's difficult to an extent, but somehow trying to keep working hard and keep pushing, because always, I mean, we can, as long as we've got that mindset that we can do it. Anything's really possible. Like we can excel in both cricket and studies, like, and it's important that
Mm-hmm.
we have an education, because at the end of the day we won't have cricket forever. So it's important that we have something behind us, right, to back us. So
Mm-hmm.
that's why I study hard, and I mean, I will work hard as well. I mean, also you've got family to support as well, so that's also there. So there are a lot of motivating
Mm-hmm.
factors that drive me, because I draw motivation from literally anywhere I can. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. Any tips you would give to someone who wants to like study at the same time while play a good level of cricket?
Any tips? Okay, yeah. There's probably, yeah. I'd probably just say, just try to stay focused. I mean, yes. Okay, so you'll have to sacrifice stuff. I'm going to be realistic. You'll have to sacrifice a lot of things. So you might not be able to go out and party too much. You might not be able to, I mean, spend a lot of time with friends. All of that will probably have to be sacrificed, because there's something you've got to sacrifice. I mean, you cannot have it all. If you would have it all, that would be amazing. But it's really difficult to have it all. So I would say try and focus on your priorities, which I think should be like studying and playing. And of course, you've got your mates as well to back you whenever you're struggling and stuff. But yeah, it's about trying to get the balance right, trying to sacrifice what you think are not really needed. And
Mm-hmm.
yeah, it's about continue working hard, because if you work hard now, you reap the rewards later on in life, and you sort of make a life for yourself, and you're gonna able to take care of your family, all of those things. So it's all a result of hard work now. You won't see it now, but it's for the future, basically.
Mm-hmm. On the topic of hard work, say you have a bad day on the field or a bad day in general, how do you motivate yourself to push on the next day and like bat well or field well or whatever?
Yeah, that's a good one. That's a good question, because yeah, we always whenever we go out to the field, we want to do take 100, score 100 or take 5 wickets. So really do well for the team, because I mean that's what we want to do as cricketers, right? But of course, we can't do that realistically. We cannot do that each and every game, right? There's going to be failures, and I think we're going to fail a lot more than we're going to succeed. But it's important that when you even have a bad day, you reflect on it, and you look at what went wrong and what did I do wrong, and can we learn
Mm-hmm.
from it. I think that's the important thing. Whenever we have a really bad day, or we fail or whatever, it's important that we try and take as much as we can and learn from that, because the more you learn from those failures, the better you become as a player.
Mm-hmm.
And later on, you the more game and the more time you play, you soon to realize, and it's important we don't make the same mistake again and again. Then we are not really learning. So it's
Mm-hmm.
important we learn from it, and move on, because I mean failures are going to happen. And yes, for me, I still take it to the heart, which is probably not the best thing to do, but then because that's how much it means to me. But I make sure I learn from it, and I want to do well consistently for the team. And I guess that's what's propelled me to
Mm-hmm.
try to have consistency at all levels. So yeah.
Mm-hmm. What sort of tips would you give to a young batsman who wants to make it in the UK?
In the UK. Okay, so I mean, you'll have to. I mean, any good batsman will have to score runs. Our runs are our currency, right? So we'll have to score tons and tons of runs. Nobody gets recognized by scoring like one or two hundreds in a season. You need to score four or five. You need to score massive hundreds, runs consistently for your side. You need to be that consistent batsman someone can rely on, right? In your team, you
Mm-hmm.
can always you're basically Mr. Dependable for them. So for you, you need to make sure you have a strong technique. I mean, in England, you need to play the line. Don't play for the swing. Play close to your body as possible. That's very important. And I would say if you can try and bat outside the crease, I think it's quite good, because it helps negates that amount of swing. Because I mean that game is about fine margins, right? You stay behind, you let the ball swing more. You can easily nick the ball,
Mm-hmm.
even if it's a really innocuous ball. You still trying to nick it because you allow time for it to swing. So I think those are sort of the
Mm-hmm.
tips you can take as a young batsman, because early on, I think it'll be. I mean, if you score runs early on, fantastic, that's great. But I think it won't be that easy early on, because you're trying to get to new conditions. So it's important trying to take that information in and knowing how am I going to get a way around it. Think about how am I going to find a way to score. I think that's important,
Mm-hmm.
and to come to terms with a good game plan. I think going in with a game plan is important wherever you bat, and so that's I think the important stuff you need to do.
Mm-hmm. So what's your future cricket plan? Like where do you see yourself in the next 3 to 5 years?
I don't know right now. I think the pandemic has taught me that you don't look too far ahead, because I mean, and then
Mm-hmm.
all your plans and everything can just go out the window. So, but okay, assuming yeah, hopefully all is well. Yeah, maybe in hopefully I would ideally want to play for a county. Maybe that would be lovely to be able to represent a county. But as of now, I mean, just get my degree. I mean, I've got a year and a half left, not much time left on my uni degree. Finish that and then see where my cricket goes. Really, I don't really know exactly a plan where it's going, but that's the thing. Like we don't know sometimes where things are going, but I mean God has a plan for all of us. Like he will just open a door when we don't even see it, because I mean that's one of the
Mm-hmm.
testament to how I got into like the senior side. I didn't see myself playing for the men's side in like maybe 2-3 years down the line, because I mean there were talks always I was going to represent them and all of that. But I mean with what happened with all of that fixing and all the sorts of things, the players, and I got an opportunity out of nowhere. So I mean we don't know when an opportunity will come to us, and it's important that we I mean grab it with both hands whenever we are presented it. So hopefully,
Mm-hmm.
yeah, we don't know in a few years time, maybe go on to play county cricket, maybe come back and represent the country UA again. That would be lovely as well.
Mm-hmm.
So I don't really know at the moment. I can't give a definitive answer.
On the topic of men's cricket, how was it being one of the youngest members in that side? How was it making your international debut as well?
Yeah, that's also probably one of my highlights. Probably the highlight of my career. Um, I mean, to play international cricket is probably every cricketer's dream. Like you strive to be able to play that, and to be able to at such a young age that too. I was shocked and surprised, to be fair, to be able to do that. Even now, when I think about it, I'm so fortunate to be able to play it when I was 18. But even
Hmm.
having a lot number of youngsters alongside me, and a lot of the senior players encouraging me, especially, they've really helped me, guided me, and helped me also grow as a cricketer. And it's been one of those the tours that I had with them, especially making my debut against Scotland. It was all just surreal. Like words can't even describe it. Those kind of experiences
Hmm.
really well, and to to be able to play at that level is just a blessing, really. I mean, a lot a lot of cricketers work so hard and still yet don't make it, and to be able to already do that at 18, that's quite an amazing feeling. But there's still a lot of hard work left for me to be done. I need to work really hard on my game. There's so much left I've got in me. So yeah, hopefully
Hmm.
just continue to work hard and see where my game goes. Yeah,
Hmm. Now we're gonna do a quick rapid fire round.
sure.
So who's your funniest teammate?
I mean, I think Wasi's quite funny. Yeah.
Hmm. What's your first memory on the field?
First memory on the field. I scored 100 on my first competitive match.
Hmm. Wait, your first match scored 100?
Yeah. So my first like hardball match, I
Hmm.
scored 100, which is quite unreal actually. So I guess I already had it from that age.
Hmm. You already had a currency maker. So who do you hate facing in the nets?
Would I hate facing? Oh, I think Zahur's quite tricky. He's very very skillful.
Hmm. What's your most like memorable or iconic moment in the field?
Scoring 100 in the World Cup.
Okay. Who's one international player, your dream cricketer who you want to bat with?
Who do you want to? Virat Kohli.
Hmm. And if you weren't playing cricket, what would you do?
What would I do? Probably teaching. I love teaching.
Hmm. Okay. Teach cricket or teach like a
Uh,
subject in
Actually,
general?
I'd love to be a coach as well as because right now I'm tutoring as well. So I've really
Hmm.
developed a sort of passion for teaching as well. So I would probably go into teaching as well for that. So probably
Hmm.
coaching on the side
Okay.
as well, both. Yeah,
Hmm. Okay. Would you rather score a century once every few matches or score an average of 50?
average of 50 definitely.
Okay. Would you rather field in the infield or the boundary?
Pardon, I didn't hear you.
Do you want to field in the infield or the outfield? Towards the boundary or towards
Infield,
30-yard circle?
infield.
Infield.
Yeah, in.
Okay. Would you want to bat with your other hand or bowl with your other hand?
I like to bowl with my other hand.
Okay. Would you rather play T20 or Test cricket?
Test cricket. So I'm a purist.
Test
Sorry.
cricket. Same here. Okay, that's all the questions I have. What's one tip you would give to a young cricketer who wants to succeed like you?
Succeed. Thank you for calling me success, but I still think, yeah. I mean, I've done quite a lot, but yeah. So one tip would be, I would just say work hard, and most importantly, why are we playing this game? It's because we love the game, right? We should make sure that
Hmm.
we don't play it for the sake of playing it, but because we love the game and we just want to go out there and just enjoy being with our teammates, forming those sort of friendships, playing alongside them, the camaraderie, all of those sort of things are why we play the game. And yeah, I mean,
Hmm.
just enjoy, go and express yourself out there, really. Yeah, work hard. If you have the passion to be able to want to play at the highest level, you need to put a lot of effort and time in. I mean, there's no real you can't really there's no shortcuts. You can't go around and probably hope you'd get to the top. I mean, a lot of the cricketers you see are at the top because of the amount of hard work they do behind the scenes, the amount of nets, the amount
Hmm.
of balls they hit, amount of hours they spend in the gym, amount of hours they spend on fitness, not eating, even sacrificing on all of those foods that we would all crave
Hmm.
as people, right? So it's all about that. I mean, sport, especially even cricket, teaches you a lot about discipline, hard work, sacrifice. Those sort of qualities, not even that, they'll set you up for life. And that's why the cricket's a great game. It teaches you a lot of life lessons. So I would say just go out, enjoy your game, and have fun. And if you're at the
Hmm.
top, that's great. but it's important to always respect the game, because yeah, no one's about the game. It's a great
Mm-hmm.
leveler, so it's important to have the respect for it.
Mm-hmm. That's very, very true. Thank you so much for being part of the episode. I had a great time talking to you. Hopefully the viewers
Yeah,
enjoyed it as well.
yeah, yeah. Thank you so much for having me on the show. Yeah.
No worries. Perfect.